All right, so let's do this. Star Wars is doing it yet again. Star Wars announces 3 new films on the way with Daisy Ridley stars. She was Rey Palpatine, aka Rey Skywalker, in the sequel trilogies. So that's interesting. Lucasfilm has announced 3 new live-action films and confirmed the return of Ridley's Rey to build a new Jedi Order. So these are this new movie potentially is probably going to be 3 new movies if the first one does well, because that's how Disney does. They're just not greenlighting the trilogy ahead of time. They did announce 3 new movies, but the other 2 are separate from this one. This one's going to be following up from the direct storyline of Rey Palpatine 15 years after the events of Rise of the Jedi. At least I think that's what the third one was called. I can't remember because I was so disappointed in it. So yeah, this is going to be, her rebuilding the Jedi. And to be honest, look, these are completely different individuals that are going to be involved with this. It seems as though this may be decent. Maybe 15 years in the Star Wars timeline is a big enough jump to sort of start anew, right? You have all new storylines, all new plots. You don't constantly rely on tropes and, trying to remind the audience of what was and then smacking them in the face when they want what was, right? So let's go on. This article is from The Guardian, and it says 2 new Star Wars films are to go into production. It has been announced, with more details revealed of a third to follow, as the series maker, Lucasfilm, appears to be close to ending the hiatus since the 2019 release of Star Wars Episode 8, The Rise of Skywalker. Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy made the announcement at Star Wars Celebration event at Excel Center in London, London. They go on to say that the 2 new films will be overseen by James Mangold, the director of Logan, which is really exciting because Logan is the best superhero movie of all time. You don't agree with me? Well, go rewatch it because it's amazing. All right, yeah, Deadpool's good. Deadpool 2 is okay, right? As far as rated R movies go, and that's not why I'm just saying it's an amazing film. Logan itself was awesome. Hugh Jackman did an impeccable job, right? The actress who plays his daughter did an impeccable job. I think she's in HBO series called The Dark something, right? But that's besides the point. Logan is amazing. It's everything. It's everything I ever wanted in a superhero movie. Obviously, Spider-Man: No Way Home is up there. But Logan, I don't know. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I forgot how good this movie is, right? So the dude that made that is going to be the one who will be overseeing the 2 new films. And Dave Filoni, we all know he did the Mandalorian TV series, but obviously he did the Star Wars animated series, Clone Wars. That's what he's most famous for. And then, telling the story of Ashoka Tano, obviously he's got credentials. So does the other guy for Logan. It's amazing, right? Director of the computer animated feature Star Wars: The Clone Wars. A post on StarWars.com said that Mangold's movie will go back to the dawn of the Jedi, while Filoni's film is set in the New Republic period, i.e. after the Return of the Jedi, but before The Force Awakens. So sort of Dave Filoni's specialty area. The Mandalorian is set in that same time period, and we all know how amazing that is, right? So, with that being said, I actually have a lot of hope for these new Star Wars movies. Like, I might have been talking junk, but I'm pretty excited. I'm more excited than I have been in a very long time being a part of the Star Wars fandom. Like, I don't make very many videos on them, but I'm always, constantly keeping tabs on stuff, watching new shows and things, and, maybe I don't necessarily finish them, but I've been a Star Wars fan my whole life, right? So the third film is to be announced. A project to be directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy has been known about for some time, but appears to have been dogged by changes of direction and staff departures. Obaid-Chinoy's film will take place after The Rise of Skywalker and will feature Daisy Ridley returning in the key role who builds a new Jedi Order. So basically, like I was saying, 15 years down the line after she finds out she's Palpatine's daughter, after she sort of sets the world right. 15 years down the line, she's going to be building the Jedi Order. So in my opinion, this is probably the movie that they wanted to do with Luke Skywalker, building the Jedi Order, that obviously turns out into making Kylo Ren into who he is because, well, Luke tries to kill him when he's sleeping, right? So this appears to be that idea, but just fast forwarded to Rey. Rey's going to be the one doing that. It's going to be really exciting. They're going to bring in all new characters. Obviously, this is the least I am excited about the other two movies. Like, we have one with The First Jedi, in my opinion, though that time period in the Star Wars extended canon universe, or whatever the hell they call it now, all those books that I read growing up, that was the most amazing part of Star Wars, and they made it not canon, right? So with the dude who made Logan, with his film revolving around that time period of the very first Jedi, it's going to be amazing. It's probably going to save Star Wars, right? And then Dave Filoni is in like a glove. It fits. The time period that he's doing, the Mandalorian, with the Mandalorian and, Book of Boba Fett, obviously, Shaka, and then the time frame that his film is taking place in, I'm not really worried about it. He's going to do an amazing job. I'm sure whatever he puts out is going to be awesome. It's going to add to the original film. It's going to be amazing, right? But the Rey one, I'm kind of worried about a little bit. Like I said, I am excited because you get all new characters. They won't have to rely as much on the original prequel series, the original series, and obviously the sequels, right? Because this is, the last one came out in 2019. So it's actually, I think it came out at the end of 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Like, wasn't it in theaters in Christmas of 2018? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. But this is like I said, the most exciting news from the Star Wars fandom in a while. So I wanted to make a video on it. I'm obviously not only excited, but like I said, I think that potentially, the original Jedi film could save the series as a whole, because then Disney won't be afraid to just do stories that evolve around, Luke and Leia and their descendants and Han Solo and what he did before, the first film, like A New Hope. Like this time period has a large sort of missing gap that they could build and maybe set a whole new set of films in, right? Eventually, I'm pretty sure Disney plans on giving each one of these movies sequels if they do well, right? Even if they don't do well, there'll probably be a TV show or something made on it, but I don't know. Let me know what you all think down below in the comment section. Please, slap a like on it if you enjoyed it. The like goal is going to be 420. Get it? And then also, turn notifications on. I don't make that much Star Wars content, but if you all like this video, comment down below and I'll start making some more. I mainly do House of the Dragon, A Song of Ice and Fire, Lord of the Rings, and Dune, but I have made several Star Wars videos before in the past. I just hasn't been my favorite fandom to be involved in because of, like, obviously my disappointment with how the latest films turned out. Wasn't the biggest fan of Book of Boba Fett. It's not the greatest. Kind of seems like they're just trying to squeeze every ounce of money they can out of the Star Wars franchise. And because I've been a fan of it for so long, I'm not a big fan of that. The idea of, like, just squeezing stuff for money. It's different with HBO, Song of Ice and Fire, the new Aegon movie that's coming out, right? That's all got source material. Source material that's strong enough to make it the highest-selling fantasy book, like, aside from Lord of the Rings. So it's different, and they're not milking it because they're taking their time. Game of Thrones went off the air in 2019, and we didn't get House of the Dragon until late 2022. So they're not just putting stuff out, every year. They're making sure it's quality. So hopefully that's what we're going to get from the Disney Star Wars movies that are going to be coming out. I say hopefully, but I don't know if that's the case. Let me know your thoughts about this news down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching.